Dallas, can you talk to us about the Moon River documentary?
The Moon River documentary is going to be a lot of people have questions and doubts about the project. Do you think you're in over your head?
I don't think people have doubts about this project. I think everyone knows, like, okay, this will be an entertaining movie. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Dallas Schaefer. I am the producer, co-writer, and actor in Moon River.
I think that it's really just, how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? So that's kind of the way we got to approach this.
In the beginning, Paul was quite confident, though I doubted it myself.
And yeah, right now we're just finalizing for like the millionth time, like this final draft of the script, which we say is the final draft, but if you were to actually look at how many drafts we've probably done like 40 drafts of the script. We did one draft of the script, made 39 changes, and the 40th change we went back to the original draft. So that just sums up our writing experience.
Well, Moon River was a story that was never supposed to be told. From the get-go, it was Paul and I, and then we decided if we were going to do a movie the proper Hollywood way, then we needed a DP. So then we found Shane Sackett. Now Shane Sackett is a professional DP, he works on commercials, he works on narratives, he works on all sorts of stuff. So we met him actually through a contact at our friends at Sunflower Pictures. We got in contact with Shane, we told him about our movie, he was very interested, and it was going really good so far. So we get Shane on board, and then we decide we need to fundraise. So we decided we were going to do a fundraiser for $3,000, and we're like, well, it's a 40-something page script, $3,000 isn't going to be enough. So then, after talking with Shane on a three-way Zoom between Paul, myself, and Shane, we all decided $10,000 was the number. So we were going to have $10,000 that was going to fund Shane, the DP, but he was actually going to work for free, and then he was going to have different crew members on board, like a sound man, he was going to have a gaffer, a lighting technician, and then we were also going to have PAs. And then the plan was that we were going to pay each of these people around $300 a day. But then we quickly realized with $10,000, and if we're paying a sound guy $300 a day, a gaffer $300 a day, a third of our budget, $10,000 was not going to be enough money. We either needed to cut the script down or we needed more money. But if we fired Shane and we actually filmed it the same way we filmed everything, like Boy Talk, just run and gun, we would have enough money. So after wasting 6 months in pre-production with this man Shane, which again, nothing but good things to say about Shane, but we simply couldn't afford the proper Hollywood approach. And if we were gonna film Moon River, we had to do it our way. And our way is bare knuckle and bone, hands in the ground, face in the cement, and just pile driving your momentum forward. And that's what we ended up doing. So, tomorrow we start filming Moon River, and with the casting and whatnot, I'm not sure if we're ready. I mean, some people have confirmed, some people haven't. We've rewritten the script now about 8 different times, and I'm just feeling myself just overwhelmed with a sense of non-confidence.
Day one, we had a lot on our plate. There was 4 cast members that were going to be on the shoot. There was also a list of props, including paper, pizza, hoagie. We were at Paul's apartment filming. Also, there was a lot on the line, our reputations. There was many actors, including Robert Dion playing Detective Firetruck. Of course, there was the actor for Agent Bolfro, and then of course, who could forget Tim Gross. And then myself, I was playing Richard Waters. there's something remarkable about a group of gentlemen all coming together for one common goal. Like in 1857, when the SS Central America, known as the Ship of Gold, embarked on a journey from the Panama to New York City, carrying passengers and a large cargo of gold. The ship encountered a hurricane off the coast of the Carolinas, which ultimately caused the ship to sink. Despite valiant efforts by the crew and passengers to save the ship, everyone on board died, the cargo was lost, and this disaster contributed to the Panic of 1857, a great financial crisis in the United States.
What day is it today?
Kind of back up.
What day is it today?
Today is...
Don't come home. Is that good?
Hey!
What up? First day of film. Going in the car. Okay, cool. I can't wait till we're there filming this.
This is next week.
Next week. And
This is at Kenny's.
you're like, okay, playback and rolling.
And tonight, in Peter's name, he's like, we'll remember. I forget what the dialogue is. Then just.
We're making.
To the cast and crew. Good morning. How are we doing today?
This is part of the documentary.
Hey. Well, yeah, it's it's I love this backyard though.
This will be in the documentary.
It will be.
We'll never forget you, Peter.
As always, going into the day, Paul was incredibly confident. Okay, so quick backstory. We met Jacob, who was the house owner, when Paul and I worked on a show called Rap Shit. We were in the COVID department. And Jacob was like, yeah, I have a house. You guys can film at it. We're like, cool. He wasn't going to charge us. So we were filming like a shitload of scenes. It was a big day. We weren't even sure how we were going to get through it. Not only that, we also had a 27-person cast that day. Obviously, there was a lot of no-call, no-shows. But going into the day, it was huge.
TV. What's up, brother?
What's up? Hey, man.
Okay, so quick backstory on Christian Vasquez, who plays Peter. Now, we used to have a web series called Boy Talk, and Moon River is really just an extension of Boy Talk. And then we have the character Peter, right? All of the characters from Boy Talk pretty much transferred over to Moon River, but we gave them new character names. However, we really liked the character of Peter, so we never changed his name. And now, Christian Vasquez was returning in Moon River to play the role of Peter. Now, if you know anything about Christian Vasquez, you know that he's very well respected in the dance community. Not many people can compete with his moves. And we were asking if Christian would do a dance sequence in the party montage at Kenny's house party. So the pressure was on, but we'll be right back to this.
This isn't like a backyard, just like having a real white trash time.
And that's when the unthinkable happened. Christian dislocated his knee while dancing. This was especially scary for us because we didn't have the money to pay for this sort of thing, let alone handle it.
I was in freeze and then I landed like that, so my toes went in. And then this one, a month ago, I was doing a move, my front foot slid and my whole body weight fell like that. And then
But the first one was like, what's the first word?
I know you're saying.
But you're
It's but love is always coming, love is always going, no one really knows you don't like that. I'm going, we can take time to lay it on the line and can rest my head just knowing that you are mine. How I wish you were here. We're just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl. Year after year.
Out of the doubt that fills my mind.
Fills your mind. I somehow find you and I collide. Yeah, okay. Even the best fall down sometimes. Even the wrong words seem to rhyme. Out of the doubt that fills my mind, I sometimes find that you and I collide. Do, 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 do.
Well, here we go. Moon River Day 4 filming. These are our signs for the crew to come film. I misspelled that. We have all of our props.
Misappropriation, fraudulent appropriation, theft by deception, financial misconduct, diversion of funds, illegal siphoning. These are the words used to describe the Mountain View Cemetery.
All right, if you could tell me your name and what was your role in Moon River?
My name is Paul Krueger. I'm the director of Moon River.
And have you told this story publicly before?
No.
Join us as we delve into the shadows of the film industry, uncovering the truth behind a director's integrity. In this investigation, we question, where does honesty end and manipulation begin?
Microphone on. Great. I'll take a splash of scotch, please. Thank you. Hi, my name is Tom Krueger, and I'm the father of Jarrell, who goes by the birth name Paul Krueger. Paul was born approximately 17 weeks premature and had to be kept in a small aquarium with guppies and swordfish until he could breathe air unassisted. Having little to no interest in the outside world, Paul confined himself to a small room with only a television. It was during this time that Paul began watching a British children's program broadcasted on PBS called Teletubbies. Paul was unusually attracted to a specific character named Tinky Winky, so much so that we purchased many Tinky Winky costumes that he wore exclusively up to high school. When Paul reached adolescence, and after learning basic life skills from Tinky, Paul immediately made a splash on the high school scene. In freshman year, Paul was elected class president. But it was during this time that Paul became the storyteller and videographer that we know today. Paul's path to become a filmmaker took him to Temple University. It was there that he learned firsthand the violent underworld of Philadelphia. And through a series of fits and starts, he was a real estate agent, a busboy at one of the most exclusive restaurants in Philadelphia, and also a cult member, until he finally graduated. Someday soon, Paul may hear the call to return to his home planet as Jarrell.
And would you say Paul is a trustworthy guy?
Is Paul a trustworthy guy? If you can believe everything I say, you can believe his son. No, I'd say he's a trustworthy guy.
Good enough for me. So if Paul was a credible source, since he was validated by his dad, then we can listen and believe everything Paul has to say. But then again, can we even believe Paul's father? We don't have time for that, so here's the story.
All right, in your own words, can you please tell me what were the events leading up to Peter and James's funeral and the discovery of the location?
It began sometime in June of 2025.
Could you read this script here? Just everything in bold.
Do I remember Peter and James' funeral?
It's etched in my memory like the lyrics of a haunting melody. Their final farewell became the centerpiece of our filmmaking odyssey, a journey fraught with unexpected challenges and revelations that would redefine the very essence of our craft. Weeks prior, Dallas and I ventured into the heart of the Mountain View Cemetery, seeking the perfect setting for our cinematic vision. Little did we know, the path we tread upon would lead us to a labyrinth of secrets and surprises, hidden beneath the veil of the moonlit shadows. Guided by a man named Keith, who exuded an aura of mystery and intrigue, we explored the cemetery's hallowed grounds. His words were as elusive as the moonlight, masking the truth behind a facade of hospitality. Yet beneath his charming demeanor lay a web of hidden thieves and undisclosed truths, waiting to be unraveled.
Take a minute, take a second.
Hidden thieves, like that's the secret. But our trials had only just begun. We were on the brink of our most ambitious endeavor yet, the largest shoot in history. With over 50 souls gathered to breathe life into our vision, the stakes were higher than ever. Yet, in a world where passion outweighed paycheck, each participant's attendance was a gamble of faith. Every setback became a stepping stone, every challenge a testament to our resilience. And amidst the chaos, bonds were forged that transcended the boundaries of time and space.
Remember when we used to film the web series? We were like, well, we tricked you. You're in a web series now.
We tricked you, you're in it.
Look at this tail. Like, it just sums up this whole production.
It started to become very clear that we didn't have any idea what we were doing. We were winging it. And despite the fact that we had no idea what we were doing, it's remarkable to see that we were able to get almost 40 people to show up.
Now, Pico, what drew you to acting?
The passion for like just bringing it.
Make sure you grab one.
Yeah!
This muffin is incredible.
And if we had no idea what we were doing, then these people definitely had no idea what they were doing. Yet they showed up on board for whatever it was, whether it was sitting or screaming. We didn't know, but yet somehow, when we all got together, something happened.
We'll just start with like, they're like R's and yeahs, like ah, you know what I mean, like a crowd. Okay, ready? We'll do level one. Action. Now you're wet! Overall, the shoot's going well. I'm looking forward to the edit. Things calmed down a lot during the edit, and I think we have some funny stuff filmed. So, I am looking forward to the edit.
This was a pretty cut and dry day. We had our Moon River sign, Taylor showed up at the residence, other people started showing up at the residence, and before we knew it, it was Casey, it was Rob Zappo, it was Alexandra. Eventually the party started happening. We had the lights set up. Paul was going to the bathroom to take a piss, but he didn't want me to be in there. And then eventually the guests showed up, and it was a simple cut and dry thing.
It's pee! What is this? It's real piss. Real piss.
Yeah, it's a good piss. Really good.
Nothing like a nice glass of piss.
Peter was like a brother to me. I went through head and back with that guy. I know why people like it.
We got to the end of the night, we threw the fake water, eventually we threw real water, but we did it. It was party number 2, and all we could do after that was walk away from the day. Like every project, eventually you hit a point in the project where you're in so deep, there's no going backwards. Exhaustion was sleeping over. We were falling apart one by one. Tensions were at an all-time high, and it was safe to say that we were slowly losing our minds.
What we could do is like go and like pull rocks from back there and just try to create like a path for people to potentially walk on. Actually do the baptism right here.
Oh, this is kind of shitty looking.
The water was absolutely disgusting, and it was also freezing. I would probably say it was around 35 degrees Fahrenheit. We dunked Autumn in the water. Brian Scammon was in the water, had to fish out a body. We also had Taylor swimming around in that water trying to get a body. It was a lot. But we got through the shift and we got through the baptism. Moving on, it was time for my closing monologue.
4 young adults dead at the hand.
Trust me, I did a great job. Then everyone else showed up for the second part of the day. We had Dustin Holcomb, Casey Shambora showing up to help us out with lighting. We had Jamar, who was the murder victim in the end of the movie. And then, of course, Savannah showed up. Savannah had quite an intense scene that evening. Rob Zappa was there, and of course we had our 2 detectives, Robert Dion and Aver Hamilton. Robert looked a little worried. Lunchtime, and then it became nighttime. We knocked out the nighttime scenes. It got really cold. It was just us and Savannah. It got weird, but we did it.
Okay, so it's December 18th. We're approaching day 8 of filming out of 13, and we have 100 hours left.
And just like that, we were out of money. How did we find ourselves in this situation? We had a budget, we were following the budget, yet somehow we spent everything. It's like as soon as we get a little bit of money in our hands, we find a way to spend it. And things were looking very bad for us. But all we could do was march forward after the holidays and begin the woods filming.
Like, I think we need one voice, and I'll just say this, and this. I'll get us in there. We'll get all the way through each shot, and they'll all get out. I think it's the easiest way to do it. Not a lot of time to be like, well, what if we tried this? It's going to be too cold. We got to just go in there. I'm going to have an exact plan.
What is this?
My mom's.
Aw. Hi.
Hello.
I'm ready.
All right.
It's fantastic, you know, spend time with my kids in Alabama.
How you doing?
Good, I'm like...
Say hello to the camera.
Hello. I think I actually got sick after our last filming when we were in the river.
Really?
Yep.
What were your symptoms?
Oh, just like a cold.
What happened next, none of us could have predicted. Unfortunately for everyone involved, there was not much behind-the-scenes footage taken. However, our main light source went out, causing the scenes to be underlit. I tripped over a rock and fell in a puddle, causing me to be cold. Despite all the adversity, it's very important to remember one thing.
I would say to not give up. If you have a dream, you have to chase it. You have to keep going, otherwise you're going to be very unhappy.
After the hell we all experienced the night before, we were all feeling very fatigued. It's hard to imagine yourself as you would like to be seen in moments of such adversity. But no matter who you are or what you look like, there's a hero in all of us. And when you get around other people who have heroes in them, you eventually find yourself in a group of heroes, like the Avengers. And once you get to that level, nothing can stop you. Nothing can fucking stop the Avengers.
Do you have a message for our fan base in India?
Thank you.
If Wilshire could speak, what would he say?
He'd say, I don't know why I had to sit in one place for so long. I don't understand.
Alex, in one word, how would you describe your experience working on Moon River?
Exciting.
It does say protected card. That's super weird.
With this being our second to last day and our second 12th day, we were right on schedule for wrapping in 12 days. However, there was a long line at the In-N-Out right across the street, meaning that we had to cut the scene of Kenny being hit by the car because we couldn't use the streets. There would be a day 12 part 3.
Action.
I prepared your dinner, sir. Your favorite, bangers and mash.
That scene actually had us cracking up quite a bit.
The time had come. It'd been a long journey, and 4 words describe this journey. Rain, valor, or determination. But we also had guts to do it. And of course, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Peter Lopez. It was raining. We thought about canceling, but you don't cancel in the final quarter of the playoffs. But luckily, we had a few good men to help us pull this off. One of those men was Brian Hegger. Fun fact, Paul, Mike, Trent, myself, we all met in China. Story for another time. We fought hard through this shoot. And then, just like that, we wrapped Moon River.
I think this is a picture wrap on Moon River.
Of Moon River rap party. I just lost my.
And it was time to party. Time to drink up the booze and let go of your inhibitions, because we did. We did 15 days of filming in a matter of 12 days. Projected 12 days. Technically, we weren't even actually done filming because we had 2 more days of pickup, so that leads to 16, 17 days of filming in a 12-day shoot, but we were concerned. It was time to booze it up, drink it up. Who gives a shit? People were having a good time. People were singing. You could throw your phones in the air, or you could go back to the singing, and through the night, new people started singing. We were, who cares? We did it. It was time to party. But this journey wasn't done, and we had no money and a lot more ahead of us.
Post-production. We were editing Moon River for over the course of 5 months. During that time, we had a couple pickup shoots. We did one daytime pickup shoot, we did one nighttime pickup shoot, then we also had an ADR pickup shoot. After we got done with all of the editing for the movie, it was time to export. We exported the movie, bing bang boom, we put it on our hard drive. We thought everything was going to be really simple. So the next thing that we had to do was find a movie theater. After a nice Google search, we landed on the Lemley Theater in Encino. Great deal, great movie theater. We take the movie over to the Encino people.
Yes, that's your USB unable to mount. Normally stuff would pop up on the CPL, and it's
not going to work. They tell us that we need to export the movie in a DCP, which is a digital computer program. So upon hearing that, we go back to Paul's apartment and we export the movie on a DCP on the hard drive. Take the hard drive back to the Lemley. They tell us, you can't put the movie on this hard drive. It's not going to work with our computers. So we take the thing back to Paul's place, and now we export the movie on a USB hard drive. Go back to the Lemley Theater. They tell us you can't export it on a USB hard drive. Not only that, we're downloading all these different third-party programs on Paul's computer to export it in DCP, and the DCP is just not working. We go back to the Lemley Theater, and they're telling us, you guys got to have this done by Wednesday, or we're going to have to pull the plug on the movie.
Final words are, right when you think it's all done, you're right at the finish line, something just fucking pops up.
So we need to export this movie onto a DCP. We can't do it on an Apple computer. However, we bring the movie Moon River over to my computer, and then we export it on there, put it on the hard drive, go back to Lemley Theater, thumbs up. The movie looks great. We take it to the theater, we test it, it all sounds good. It's the day of the premiere. There's a few things that we have to get in order, and number one being the poster. Apart from that, we were going to print out these little flyers, and we were going to put a really serious films card on there and a little bio about ourselves, and the goal was that we were going to get some new Patreons out of it. However, going to Staples, we print all these things out. We spend $31. It turns out that the paper didn't even print all the thing on it, so we had to do it again twice. Even down to the wire, we were still making massive mistakes. We went to the movie. the movie was a hit.
What's a message to our Patreons? Because they're going to be the ones who see this.
Stay tuned, man, because these people mean business. They want to be great at what they do. And with enough reps and, you know, experience and life lessons, you're going to create amazing films, shows, whatever it is, right? Any art takes time.